Alright, what's going on? So we back with another video. So pretty much before I even got into this, I ended up coming across like a blog, right? And I believe Chris Brown did like a documentary talking about this, and I just pretty much the blog just had some quotes, what he said in documentary, talking about pretty much how they used to fight all the time. Like, Chris Brown and Rihanna used to fight all the time. She used to put her hands on him, used to kick him. And you don't never see or hear any of that in the media at all. Nobody ever talks about that. People just look at Rihanna as a victim and Chris Brown as like the attacker, and that's it. They look at Rihanna like she ain't doing anything wrong, right? But let's get into what he said. He said, "If y'all still hate me for a mistake I made it a 17-year-old. Please kiss my whole entire ass. I'm fucking 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird ass niggas are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Chrisean beat the fuck out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay. It's an entertainment. All y'all can suck my dick disrespectfully." Now, I feel like Chris Brown was talking on his neck a little bit with this one, because in general, and I feel like other people look at it this way as well. You look at Chrisean and Blueface, you look at it like they're like two kids who love each other, who always fighting all the time, and and also you see their fights on video, you see their altercations on video. If Chrisean like attacked Blueface or punched Blueface, you kind of look at it like Blueface either deserved it or he had it coming, and if Blueface, like does something like the Chrisean, right? You kind of look at it like, she probably deserved it or has something coming. But really, it's just the fact that it's like, you don't look at them as victims. Like, you don't look at Chrisean as a victim of Blueface or Blueface as a victim of Chrisean. You don't look at it that way. But when initially with Chris Brown and Rihanna, you kind of look at it like, Rihanna is a victim and Chris Brown is the attacker, and really that just plays a part into people just personalities. People just got different personality, so people just gonna gauge certain things differently. When you have two kids, imagine you have like two little kids fighting versus you have two very big grown adults fighting, and that's not even a good this is not even a good example because it's people personalities who play a part into this. If you got more of like a kid personality, if you got into a fight, people wouldn't look at it as serious versus somebody who is like clearly like, if they're fighting, like their intent is to cause as much harm to you as possible or to that person as possible. Like, it's a difference, like, if you're at like a place or something, like, if two kids are fighting, you have, there's some adults can come break it up, whatever. It's like a very serious fight. Like, you need security, you don't need, it just depends on the person, right? So I think that's just what it is. You just look at Blueface and Chrisean fights as entertainment because they're not, even though they are serious in what they're doing, on a grand scale, it's not a very serious thing that they're fighting. Nobody's finna get very hurt. You look at Chris Brown and Rihanna, you look at it like that's very serious. Like, somebody could get seriously hurt, and that's just pretty much what it is, So people just paint Chris Brown as the attacker and pretty much paint Rihanna as like a victim. She didn't do anything wrong. And, and I can completely understand his frustration, and his anger, but you're a famous artist. You should know that people are gonna bring it up, right? Whenever you're finna do a song with like an artist, like a black artist or any woman, like that should probably come up in your mind, like, hey, people might, bring that up, it's like, it doesn't make sense to get mad about something if you know that it could be brought up. So it's like, what, do you not know that people might talk about this still? Or it's like, and I understand you could be tired of hearing it, but still, bro, you gotta move past it, and it's like he just got all mad and angry about it, that's the thing too. If he actually moved past it, and didn't let it bother him, then, it wouldn't even be it wouldn't even be anything big, And the thing is, it's just because he react every time. Every time something like this start, rolling, the ball start rolling, he just add more fire to it by reacting to it, But if you don't react to it, you don't let it phase you, or you just say your little part, be like, hey, I was 17 years old. I've grown as a man since then, and I'm not that type of person, or whatever your truth is, right? And just say that and just be done with it, But instead, you're on here pretty much mad and upset that people you know, bringing it up, and you're incorrectly comparing somebody else's situation, which is completely different. Chrisean and Blueface relationship dynamic is completely different. Yes, they do fight and do that, but their dynamic is different, you know, and people know that. That's why they treat the situation differently. They subconsciously know that because that's why they treat the situation differently. So, you know, you just gotta let it go. You gotta pretty much let it go. Just say your truth and let it go. And then people not getting a reaction out of you, they not gonna do that. You know, people say stuff like this because they know they gonna get a reaction out of you. You know, but if you don't let it happen and you just let it go by, they're not gonna say that. You know, and they'll try to find something else to say. You know, but clearly it bothers you, and it's gonna keep happening because clearly it bothers you. Because look at all this stuff you're typing and you're saying and you're talking outside of your neck. You know, but let me know what y'all think. Am I right? You know, am I wrong? Whatever. Chris Brown writes, you know, that you know, people encourage Blueface Chrisean, but they down him, you know, unjustifiably. But let me know what y'all thoughts.